Hello, good people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to one of my morning thoughts episode. Here we're going to torture you. No, we're not going to. We're just going to talk about stuff that is not fragrance related, but I share, every day. And some people do like this, So I do it for you guys and also share my few thoughts. So first thing in the morning, good morning. It's around 5:30 in the morning a.m. I was out yesterday whole day and I came back very late. I think I came back around 2 a.m. or something, and I needed a day off, so I was spending some quality time outside and just relaxation, doing nothing. Actually, some of you think like you need to do a lot of activities. I'm kind of 44, I'm old, so I cannot do a lot of activities, but I do take my cardio very seriously. So I'm trying to lose weight in the process. I'm changing some of the things in my life. Like one of the things, my kickstart to the morning is lemon, honey, water. Very simple thing. 2 whole lemon in there, and then 1 tablespoon of honey. Really good for cleansing your system in the morning, as well as I think I would say, losing weight. And it's a good thing because I used to take apple cider vinegar once, and it gave me a lots and lots of benefit one time, but I also started having problem with my tooth because it starts, your tooth starts losing its, I don't know what you call that, like, you have like less health in the tooth because it starts having damage there. Okay, so lemon water with honey is good. So yeah, at first it will be a bit difficult because the sheer lemon, the raw lemon, it's kind of acidic, right? So it's, some people will like sour, but if you mix lemon with it and you see slowly, it's good. But don't put it in the hot water. Hot water kills the benefit of lemon, and it actually turns it into something, very bad for your throat. Okay, it will become threat to health. So room temperature to cold water, that is perfect. So I'm going to talk a lot today, so let me go one by one. I'll talk about the health thing. First of all, mental and physical health both, which are very important. So I used to take apple cider vinegar one time. It did a lot of benefits to me one time. I lost 14 kilo in 1 month once, and people were so impressed. Even my, how to say, elders, like uncles, aunties, they used to ask like, how did you lose that weight? You used to be so overweight, and how do you look so, lean, not lean, what do you call, like, yeah, lean, right? So I said apple cider vinegar, and it did give me a lot of energy, positive vibes, and I lost a lot of weight, and it's good. But slowly I started seeing that sometimes my body is reacting to it, like acid reflux and stuff. So I stopped, and for the tooth also, it's not really good for the teeth. Okay, so this is good. Then also my daily workout means I take myself to the extreme. I do not do less. I always try to push myself to go for extra steps to the sweating point where I'm going to feel like, I'm feeling the energy to do more work. So yeah, yesterday was a nice day off, and I do not do any activities. I just relax, I don't do anything. And less is more in life. Sometimes you just, get tired, inside the head, tired of my life or the pattern of work. I don't need to work all the time or worry all the time for money or views and stuff. Like other people are worried how to, because economy is tight, how to, do another thing they're so worried. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to relax. The most important thing in life is relaxation. I'll talk about these points a bit later, but let me tell you, relaxation is so important. You can do 1,000 things. You can run around, you can post it in the social media and let people see like, hey, I'm going to Bali, then I'm going to like library, I'm going to coffee place, and then Instagram, everything. But end of the day, you feel tired, inside. Nothing makes you happy, nothing makes you relaxed. Okay, my understanding of life right now at 44, I don't know when I'm going to retire, but one of my elder brother said I want to retire by 65, and I want to make sure that I don't have any financial deficiency or challenges where I cannot fulfill, let's say, my food or trips, whatever I want to do, I can do, and I can relax. So the ultimate goal is relaxation. Life is very unpredictable. You can be here today or tomorrow. You can plan a lot, but as long as you're standing, most important thing is you have to relax your mind. So many people are not relaxed or happy in their mind. They're doing a lot of things. They are doing a lot of things right, but they're aging fast, like very, very fast. And sometimes they are, in lack of rest, sleep. I do not let myself go through that. Sometimes when I am sleeping less, I sleep in the middle of the day just to recover, because the brain needs rest. So I go out once in a while, and I spend the time in nature. And it was quality time spent. I just slept, I just ate, okay, walked around, listening to the absolute, peaceful nature where it's away from the city. And these things really, really help. So I would suggest to you, it's not mandatory that you go out every weekend like as a job. You do what when you feel it's right. You want to go to the nature and the ocean. Don't tell yourself like every fixed time, then it becomes a job as well. Going to the beach, once a weekend, then it becomes boring. So let your mind have that, vacation mood on, which is a happy place. You don't feel like, you're tired, you're sleepy, and you go out cranky like, I hate flights, that point is not enjoyable anymore. I am such a person, I feel God gave us a battery inside, like we have this power that we can do this, we can recharge ourselves, okay? So you need to know what's your happy place, what are the things that makes you happy and what are the things that makes you unhappy, right? For me, toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic people, they tire me, they drain me out and they ruin me. I have the weakness. Definitely I'm not the strongest person inside, but when I meet negative people, they drain you out so bad, you really wish that you want to live that life alone. And once you're getting used to that life, that space that people have to respect, you get addicted to this, my friends, like that peace that you have in your mind, that you have the absolute whole day to yourself. You can decide what to do. You don't have to run somewhere. There's no appointments, nothing. And you can decide what I'm going to do today. Should I work today or should I just take a day off? That's amazing. That is something not everybody can afford to do, especially in the process of making living as well, right? So I'll tell you, I do this, I try to see what will make me happy, very simple things in life. So yeah, I do this. So I would say find your happy places, okay? So that would be good. So yeah, let's talk about the points. First thing, these are all the notes that I took yesterday. Angel or devil, okay? So angel or devil, I'm not going to talk about angels and devils, but we have to realize one thing. There are a lot of people out there, okay? The one mistake that we make sometimes are that we think we are smarter than others, or we can fool others, they cannot see us and they are stupid. We underestimate people. In the process, we think we're the smartest, so we can think we are the devil in a way that we are invincible. No one sees our, planning, whatever. Sadly, this thing doesn't work for very long because God is there, devil is nothing in front of God. So you can be the smartest, you can do the moves, you can be the ultimate alpha male, and you can be the toxic guy that everybody fears and they cannot beat you in their intelligence. But there will be a day when you will feel helpless. Maybe when you're old, maybe when you're tired inside, you'll feel tired, you feel old, and you'll feel regret, and you'll see highly likely this kind of people end up with no good company or no real friends. They may have toxic friends who are like, hey bro, huge circles, cycles, like a lot of people around you, but not real friends. And I feel it's better to be, having 2 real good friends, really, really good friends, instead of 1,000. A person who has friendship with everybody, I feel they are either very fake or there's something seriously wrong with them. This is just my 2 cents, okay? Because they do not really show their true face to others. So in that way, if you're just pleasant to everybody, hey, what's up, if you can maintain that diplomacy, which most of people maintain to, stay in the society. I'm a little bit different. I make no compromise with people who are disrespectful, okay? I do not make any negotiation with people when I detect they are kind of toxic or they have certain agenda and they are not very nice people, What is nice? Nice people are nice, the happy people, normal people. They don't pretend, they don't lie to you, they don't come to you with their certain agenda. So other side, there is no such thing as angels. A lot of times I notice that people want to be so good, they want to be so perfect, and they want to be like the perfect person. I want to do this, I want to do this, like those, I'm trying to talk like Indians, but that accent, right? I want to have the perfect life. I'm going to do the yoga, I'm going to do the perfect thing, I'm going to love children, I'm going to love puppies, everything beautiful. And you just want to be that version, of yourself, like I want to be happy all the time, I want to be positive. I'll tell you one thing, it doesn't happen, because inside of us there is also good and evil, okay? And we can pretend a lot to be nice. I know a lot of people, they pretend to be nice, they have the most innocent face. You look at them, you socialize with them, you will not have even one single clue who they are inside. you know them for 10, 20, 30 years. Sadly, like this is the problem, that people don't show us their real face sometimes. They are just so innocent, and you'll be like drawn to them. And when they tell you like, I've been abused, I have been mistreated, you feel like, oh. So they do keep you in their life, and as friends or company, and you feel like these are good people. Once suddenly you see something like police came over and arrested them for what, something, something they did, like capital punishment wise, so they can get that. And they did like maybe corruption or something. You'll be so shell shocked. This person's so good, you respect them, they're praying all the time, they're religious, but they cover their hair, like ladies, they look so perfect, they cover, and then people be looking at them like ideal, respectable figures. But people cannot be angels, because there are a lot of things wrong with people as well. We always have some shortcomings. You have to come to terms with it, because we will feel sometimes, we want to not pray the best thing. When you see someone, there's certain thing we wish that they fell, and we're enjoying it with like pack of chips, when they keep rolling in the stairs. He'll be like, so yeah, there is justice, So I'm not saying everybody does it, but I sometimes feel it's funny, because when I see karma takes place or justice happens, it makes me happy. But I usually do not pray for people's pain, like the same pain that I cannot take. I would not pray for that even for my enemy. But sometimes I feel happy, when I see like these certain people trying to be like so whack and then so evil, and then they just try to control the whole situation everywhere, but they get caught, by karma, right? So yeah, try to be like a normal human being in the middle. No need to be angel, no need to be devil, no need to be super aggressive or evil in a way that you have to go seek revenge. You have to put them down and do a lot of spying behind them. This will all destroy the peace of your mind, even trying to be the perfect person. Be in the middle, be normal, do your usual thing, do like what you feel like doing, whatever makes you happy, try to be living normal life. If you're pretentious, what happens is you become a plastic, and you cannot ever express yourself, you cannot ever tell people who you are. And that is one of the most painful things that I think a human being can experience, because they're always empty inside, they're always lonely, they're always alone, and they need like-minded people. I know, I'll give you an example. Sometimes, I am like this person, and I usually take people back when they say sorry, when they come back, and even if they are not the nicest people, I know they're going to do the same thing again, but I do have a hope. Sometimes I embrace them back. And why do I do it? Because of numbers of years I know them, and I don't usually want to lose people from my life. I abandon people, true, but I hang on to things, like I do not let them go from my life so easily. When they come back and they really say sorry, I feel like it, I give them another chance. There's no way to know that people are meaning the sorry or not, but I was like this for a long time. Why did I do it? Because no matter what they felt, no matter how they treated me, or how they thought I was an idiot or I was a loser, but they needed me certain times, to talk to me. I'm not just talking about my whatever, like girl or just anyone particular, anyone, because even though they are toxic, even though they are not really the nice or real people, but sometimes, when you need, you feel lonely, you feel heartbroken, and then you need a friend. At that time, maybe the only friend they could think of was me, and I do think that's a great, thing to have. When people have that, like, it means a lot. That's why, that you're not gonna get anything out of it, but you still give them chance. So I was talking about this number of years, what it does. There is, for example, a relationship, right? You know someone for 20 something years, and you know someone for 1 year, few months, 2 years, okay? So is that the time that defines, relationship? Not necessarily. You can have a very deep, meaningful relationship with someone for even a brief period of time, but in the long run, why this is very significant. Like I'm showing you like this, and I'm showing the little time like this, okay? What I feel, the long time, people get to know you much more. You have gone through moments in life, and you have gone through situations, good, bad, emotional. You have seen losing parents, you have seen people losing their job, COVID time, a lot of these things. You have gone through this, So even if you do not like these people so much, sometimes you hate them also, you go back to these people. You know why? Because they have been there, they have known you, so they know you better, right? So you can be absolutely go out and then tell them anything, without hiding. You can give them the raw without editing what's happening. Like, let's say you are down, you're in the worst place of your life, you hit rock's bottom, right? Rock bottom, rock's bottom, rock bottom, rock's bottom is rock. Sorry. And then you have nobody else, because the thing is, maybe you're that kind of a person who is not very open or honest, or you have a lot of secrets, but the whole world, they like you a lot, but they don't know who you really are. You cannot go and tell them, this is what bothered me. Let's say you have done major mess up, you have done the ugliest thing, and you know that you feel regretful and you feel ugly inside, and you feel regret, but you cannot go out and tell the world, because people know you as a good person, right? So you cannot go, for example, to your parents even, like they think you're the perfect child, right? Then you have to go to this messed up people like you. I'm sorry, maybe not messed up, but these other people who may be a little bit evil or a little bit toxic as well, but they're the only people you can turn to. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Normal life, people talk about perfect, I talk about normal, right? So this is why people often want to not lose you. So let's say it's a guy and a girl, they were dating, it's not the only reason she will come back or he will come back to you for doing it. Okay, you know what I mean? For physical attraction. Maybe there's no more physical attraction, no more. Okay, there's nothing. There's just no attraction. You don't feel like, let's just have one more, fling, or last, what do you call, one night stand. No, you get tired of it after a while. You get old and you don't feel attraction to beauty anymore. I'm at this stage. I am this guy, like one of those guys. I was attracted hugely. I still am attracted to beautiful people, beautiful faces. Even I admire good looking guys as well, not like I am having a crush on them, but I admire the way, someone who's so perfect, like Superman, the actor, or Tom Cruise, whoever, So some of the guys, they have that, nice personality aura, so you just admire them, right? So for me, girls, because I am into ladies, so I do admire certain beautiful faces with beautiful figure and all that. But what I realize is, that's just like an attraction. It's like a very temporary. It's like an introduction, like a perfume. It has a top note. 15 minutes is gone. Then what you actually survived, with of a fragrance is the dry down of a perfume. That one will last on you for a very long time. And that's the thing. If you can love that dry down, you can love that person. If you just love the opening, you can have multiple, this attraction, you can just have a fling, or you can have a wow honeymoon phase, and you just can run, it's like a crazy time. You had the best time, but suddenly you see there's no connection, and immediately you lose, and you start doing things that, it will, you will not be in love, what I mean? So the people who have a lot of history with you, they know you. This is the only people you can go to and be yourself. So this is very important. You can just go back, like let's say, remember that time we used to hang out there, this cafe was there, but it's no longer there. Only two of you know that secret. Nobody else knows or cares, right? So the depth, the conversations, the people that you talk to is very important. And in our life, this is more important than, your physical attraction, physical things. And you think like, I'm gonna do, this is just temporary. Once you, let's say, I'll just give you very raw, okay? Let's say you are very attracted to a lady, okay, and you've been asking her, chasing her, you just want to, you keep imagining, like, guys, like, very simple, they're thinking like, obviously what are they thinking? They're thinking like, oh man, that day I'm gonna kiss her, I'm gonna, have that day, great day. And moment you do it, and then sometimes, people come out like, oh, okay, that's it, done. And then guys, they want to be like, then next day you see the girls who see they're changing a little bit, maybe lack of respect. If they really love her, it will grow. They'll get more and more attracted to her, more attached. But toxic people sometimes will think, oh, I'm done with her, I had that. So, and then girls will be like, oh, he's not treating me with the same respect or interest no more. This happens, right? Ladies, they know, right? But a guy would want to have, what is love for me? If they're interested to know you, if they're interested to ask you how you are, or when they have this particular talent, they want to know about them, like you play flute, and then she's like, yeah, you do yoga, and you be like, I want to know about yoga, right? So they have interest in your personality, they have interest in what you do, who you are, or how you think. This is the most mysterious and beautiful thing, in my humble opinion. There was a time I was chasing physical aspect and everything, but now I think meeting a lot of people, listening to their stories, it's just the most beautiful thing. It's like more intriguing than reading a book. There was a time, I remember one of my favorite actresses from back in time, I think Aparna Sen from Kolkata. and her daughter is also an actress, Konkona Sen, right? So Aparna Sen, she used to publish or be the boss of this magazine called Shanonda, which is for ladies, and my mother loves that magazine. So she said in one of the interviews, like she was asked, "What's your favorite hobby?" She said, "Watching or observing people." Like, okay, she said in Bengali, like, "Manush dekha." Manush dekha means people, observing people. But I think what she meant was studying people, and this is what I love doing. I sometimes, absolutely talk to strangers, on the net or the street if I meet. And I'll tell you one story in a while, but I absolutely feel this is very attractive, to have a pure conversation without any other agenda. Like, you're not doing the conversation to get into her pants, you know what I mean? So this thing will show you maturity. It will show you a lot of things in life, and you'll learn one thing or two. You can take a note. Oh, okay, right. So this is not all a human being is. It's not just predictable, right? People have a lot of this thing they want to share with others, but just don't have the right connection or friend. So you can connect with a stranger. You can connect with a new person. So the example I was going to give you, a few days back, I got a message from one of our celebrities. This, I keep saying this is happening because it's, I don't know, it's a coincidence or what. He is lead guitarist of one of the biggest bands in Bangladesh, and the band basically was my best friend's band. I don't have any touch or any connection with my best friend. He was a guitarist, but this guy was the lead guitarist, real lead guitarist, and he was the founding member. So I messaged him just randomly a few months back, like, "Hey bro, you know what I think, there's this conflict going on." And I said, "I think you're a great musician, and I think your vocal is very, very good." And I literally said what I meant. And I said, "I think thank you for all the years of effort and hard work, because I know what it's like to lead. Leadership is not easy. Leadership is sacrifice. Leadership is pain. Leadership is betrayal. All these things they have to withstand and then still have to lead, right?" And he just said, "Thank you so much. That's a lot. That means a lot." I was like, "That's it." 2 months back, suddenly 3 or 4 days back, I got a message. Like, messages were coming, ping, 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 like big messages, right? And this guy was messaging me, and I'm not gonna tell his name. And he was telling me stuff like I know him for 1,000 years, okay? And he shared lots and lots of personal, I don't know, anguish, hurt, story of betrayal, and how people turned onto him. I do not know, it's like a one-side story, right? But when people have so much insight and they needed to vent out, and I read all those messages, I was like, couldn't believe. At first I thought his account was hacked because he's a celebrity, right? And I am just like a normal person. Then I read and I realized that this person is very emotional, and he's a lot like me, okay? Because I am a leader myself, and I am not a very crowd pleaser, people pleaser, ass kisser. I'm not that, because I don't like that. It's all fake. I don't like fake life. I don't like fake success. I don't like anything fake. Fake sucks, fake stinks, and fake is ugly, okay? Fake is off-putting. Then he's like, after talking, like in Messenger, like, literally like for 2-3 hours, I'm like, should we just give a call? And he's like, "Yeah, call me, no problem." I called him. He's like, after a while, he shared a lot of stuff. And then he said, "What you doing tomorrow?" I'm like, "Nothing. I got some work and stuff." He's like, "Why don't you come over to our studio, and then, I'll show you, stuff, cool stuff, like gadgets and stuff." I'm like, okay, because I want to talk to him. So I did take Uber. I went to his place, and man, I had some work to do that evening. I couldn't finish them, right? Because I went at 2. I left around 8 or 7. I don't remember. It was like a long time. We just talk. We had lunch, everything. He played some of their songs and stuff. It was like pleasure. But I noticed one thing. We talk so much, and it's not out of anger or frustration or blaming others. It's just sharing a lot of these stories, in their lives, And when I heard that his adoption stories and his musical journey and how he grew up, and he has gone through a lot of hardship in life, it made me so happy that day. I felt that was one of the best days of the year. It was not about, obviously it's not a romance because it's a guy, and it's not also about I got anything out of it. You think like, any monetary or worldly gain, nothing. It's just, we just shared, and then we are both in the same age range. So we got each other. So sort of like we became friends, and we are very good friends, and I'm going to go attend some of their concerts and then practice sessions, because I do feel music heals you, whatever music genre it is. And I really want to get back into music, like I want to listen or be with a, group where they do perform. So it's one of the things I really love. So I'll tell you one thing, it's not always about, you're thinking like your emptiness. that something happened, one thing happened, that it will destroy your life. It has destroyed it. Your relationship destroyed you. No, man, there's so much. One fine day, if you really see the purpose of life, your purpose of life is not just one. People sometimes become so extreme and so, how to say, addicted, or, there's a word I'm trying to remember. Like they become so obsessed with certain thing. Fitness. They will do everything which is fitness. They don't want to do anything else. They're like, I will quit having a good time. I will not go to cinemas. I will not meet any friends. My goal is to become fit. I will work 24 hours. Work out. I will not do anything else. I will not enjoy the little things in life. And I will kill the person I was inside. I will become this tough guy, Some people become like the headstrong. This is a very wrong approach to life. I'm sorry to say, this is just my 2 cents. Yes, it's good to be strong mentally, but you cannot kill what's inside of you to become, overcome your pain. You only way you can overcome your life struggles and stuff, your pain, is that getting back to normal, to be able to laugh again. I see so many people smile. This is what I also love to observe people, because I'm not from psychology, but I do observe. Sometimes you see some pictures or real life, they're smiling, they have a big smile, but their eyes are not smiling. Their eyes are like this. Okay, so when you're sad, it's okay. But men, women, a lot of these people who are here and there, we say there's no good people. There is a lot of good people, but they're hurt. Their soul dead inside. They don't want to live again because someone did them dirty. Someone did mean things to them. Someone showed them they are not good enough. And because they were so in love or they respected someone so much, it killed them, that person, their best friend, that this kind of backstabbing not many people can take. They are not strong enough to come back, right? So either people lose trust, either people lose hope, either people cannot love or laugh again. I'll tell you, the best, not revenge, don't take revenge, don't think of it as a revenge, but the best remedy of this kind of situation is that you have to find back who you were, who are you meant to be, and who you wanted to be always. Let's say you want to be successful, you want to be somewhat an architect or something, or you want to be a doctor, you want to have a PhD. If you can deal with that pain and you just can move to just the next level, that is the next magical level, the secret door. And if you can unlock it, nothing can break you over ever again. I'm just not saying this. I feel it because I'm rebuilding myself. And I'm this person I'm trying to be, I tell myself I believe in it. So there's this, reality check. If you can go past it, whatever broke you, if you don't go back there and you just rebuild yourself and go back to the normal life, there is just nothing. There's no stronger person than you are, So the battery is with you, the power is with you, may the powers combine, Captain Planet, I used to watch that cartoon, when I was young. So I will tell you, so the most important thing is getting back who you were, and you do not feel lost. Sometimes people just do not go to work. That movie Kabir Singh, though people from India, they can tell, one of my favorite films, but I really felt that kind of extreme emotions. It shows you love, but love is not everything, love is not everything in the life. There are other things in life. You'll discover, you'll see your purpose of your life as you grow older, and you'll see at one point you are too old and you just spend so much time behind this one person and you just couldn't get them off your mind, and you just had this one-sided love for someone, and you just had this sadness, anger. How could they do this? You couldn't live with it. Man, you will feel so much regret one day, because there are other people. I'm not saying go somewhere else, find a substitute of your best friend or your ex-bandmate or your soulmate. You don't need to find, I leave it up to nature, okay, or God, okay. If something's gonna happen, I keep telling you, like, I have some good people in my life, and I do talk to someone, she does not bring me so much, like maybe they want certain aspect, maybe initially, like maybe they liked what I used to do, fragrance work, they're a fan, but we don't talk about fragrances anymore. We talk about other stuff, when we talk about like how we grew up, how this country's perspective changed, and when they really open up from their mind, and it's just a nice thing, it's just nothing better than get to know someone really, really well. It's like, it's a shame you're being with someone for so long, they did not bother to tell anything about themselves, or you didn't get to know them. It's a big shame. What really stinks in this kind of horrible things, that when people turn, complete strangers suddenly. I learned this thing. Obviously you learn this and realize it once in a while. You will grow up one day. You felt like, someone just disappeared. How could they do this? They did not just disappear. They disappeared long time ago. They planned this long time ago. When they were with you, they were treating you like garbage. They were shouting, fighting all the time. You just didn't see it. You thought like it's part of the, because you are mentally weak, and, for them you are just caring. You thought it's a part of life, right? But, women, sometimes they are very intelligent and they get bored, and natural attraction disappears sometimes. If you're not attracted to someone, you cannot be attracted. It's like you cannot create it. That's one of the most difficult things. Go try it. Try to be in love, with someone, and see if it naturally comes. If you can pretend, but it's not gonna show up. So these people left you a long time back. You just didn't see it. You just keep running because you're scared for the void, or someone's gonna leave, right? So you just keeping the same people in your life, right? But what a shame it is that you spend so much time together and you are too afraid, you cannot actually become a human being, in your whole life, because people have to have certain things. I'm not saying that you have to do this, but empathy. If a person doesn't feel empathy, not sympathy, empathy and sympathy, two different things. If a person cannot feel, if let's say someone cried in front of you and someone said, I'm really sorry, and they meant it, or let's say someone said, I will change, that they feel, the one person said really sorry or apologize, and it doesn't touch you, and one person always trying to make sure you're okay, no matter how many times you hurt them. You come back and this person forgives you, and even though he is hurt by you, he's trying to make sure that you're okay. You still treat him like crap, and you always say it's your fault, right? So this kind of things, it's a shame that people take other people for granted. They're gonna stay forever in their life. So at one point people actually leave and they stop the process. This kind of secrets, women think that women are the most mysterious, guys are just dumb and dull. No, guys, when they open up this and when they start seeing life as it is, they are some of the most amazing creatures. They are so mysterious, you cannot understand them, you cannot even go near them. When a guy stops feeling, oh man, that guy is the strongest guy. If a guy decides, I'm not going to be here no more, nothing can bring him back. If a guy is in tears, he shook, that will do something to him that nothing else can, right? So I'm telling you, he is a person, may it be a guy or a girl, okay? Let's say you are a guy or a girl, but you think you're a good person, okay? Don't be unfair to people, okay? Don't be mean, do not take revenge, okay? These are the childish things, these are the things that change other people's life and also will change you, okay? Once you become evil, once you keep cheating people, if you just borrowing money from people and you just disappear, or let's say you gave hope, but at one point you see you are not a commitment person, you just wanted to have that charm, just wanted to have the honeymoon phase, right? So you keep doing it. I know there's some people who keep doing this all their lives, and they, no matter how many times they come and say, or they say, hey, I am regretful, or I am in pain, moment that pain is gone, they find someone else, they will start doing the same thing. They just want to be happy all the time, and it's like depending on drugs, okay? It's like give you, like alcohol, right? It gives you temporary relief or happiness. You just have wild night out, but in the long term, when you come back, you see you cannot live with yourself, you cannot live by yourself alone. You are scared, you need someone's validation, you need someone to tell you you are pretty, you need someone to tell you you are good, you're good looking and you can do it. Why would you need someone's validation in your life? It's good, it's a good feeling, it's a heavenly feeling that when you're in love, it's just absolutely, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful feeling when someone is there out there. You can just simply go easy, you just know that, okay, I'm not good, let me just run to this person, I'll feel absolutely okay, right? And you cannot be okay without that. Imagine that person is no longer there, you're never going to be okay. You know that you have been lying to yourself, right? So make yourself strong, see if you can live with yourself, if you know yourself, and if you give the version of yourself to someone, if you're honest enough, because one day people see you that you're not really serious or genuine, people will just walk away because they are done with you, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the talk today. And I feel this is one thing, this learning is one thing, and making some changes and trying to overcome your fear of unknown things is also a good way to move forward. And keep doing what you love. Let's say you don't feel like working today, like I went off yesterday, didn't feel like working, so do what makes you happy, okay? But at the same time, do not lie to yourself, don't fool yourself like saying this crazy life is going to make me happy. It may make you happy, but in the long run, you are not going to have anything real, and it's such a, like, you cannot breathe when you have literally, like, you feel there is nothing actually real in your life. You have everything. Maybe you have money, you have the career, you have everything, you look great, but in reality you are sad. There's nothing worse than that. There's nothing more sadder than being sad, right? So yeah, I really, really feel that people who can be cheated, people who can be fooled, they are not the weak people. They are some of the strongest and good people that you needed in your life, and it's not their loss. Okay, if someone fooled you, cheated you, because you just survived that. Because if they were supposed to be yours, no guy could take them from you. No girl can take anyone's man. They were already gone. They were gone long back, and they were some weak people, right? So don't fool yourself saying that, oh, those are the great people, I miss them, or it was my loss. It was never your loss. If you're a good person, you always find good people, but you need to see yourself and realize this one day. No one can tell you or teach you this. Maybe there's nobody there to tell you, but you have to know what's good for yourself and self-care. Okay, so do like self-caring, do give yourself a lot of time, do give yourself a lot of space, and make sure that you give your time to someone who deserves it. Okay, or you give your heart to someone who in the long run can withstand you, not for short term. You can have a great time, they can show you the most love, and then they carry you around. I heard that recent time. I was just like, it was messed up. Sorry, but how long they are willing to do this, seeing your other side when you snore at night as a guy, or you just like, sometimes you don't take shower for one day, or you are annoying and you have not been your best, you're angry, or how you fight with others. If they withstand all those things and they can still be with you, love you, and let's say overlook all this negative, because people are going to have positives and negatives. So those people who can withstand those, not just come here for your best times or make me happy, those are the people. They're great people in life. If you can find one, it's okay, F it, no problem, you are still good. Okay, but move forward in life. Always try to be strong, not in a negative way. Exercise, walk around, see the nature, and also appreciate for everything that you have. That's the most important thing. Whatever you have, God gave you, and if you're still standing, man, that's the best thing. You're still here one more day. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. See you soon, and have a very awesome day ahead. See you. Bye bye.